Hi, I'm Louie Johnston Jr., older brother by 4 years of my sister Betty Johnston Burnsed, that you know as Miss B, who's retiring from classroom teaching after decades of incredible service to others. I'm confident that all who know her enjoy her personal goodness daily, as well as her excellence as an educator that you've witnessed to some degree. So I want to share a few moments from my personal perspective as we celebrate together her well-earned retirement from classroom teaching. Now, Miss B earlier this year had a student, not even in her class, just walk up to her and say, "Miss B, you just glow." Miss B indeed emits genuine love and goodness. Children are just drawn to, like music from the Pied Piper, and they follow her. Kids pick up on that fact quickly, and they bond with Miss B instantly. I think this classroom teaching video may provide a reason or two why kids love her. Miss B and I laugh about our childhood poverty days where we rarely ate meat or fresh produce or vegetables, fruit, but we filled ourselves with biscuits and gravy and beans and family love. We sneaked over to Miss Jones' house regularly because she gave us a spoonful of an amazing food that we love to eat. She called it brown sugar. We were warned not to bother Miss Jones anymore, but it took my getting caught by our mom, who was spanking me in our front yard with one hand, holding my arm with her other hand, as I ran in a circle trying to avoid the swats on my behind. And then I saw my little sister watching at a distance every time I circled around. She had outsmarted me by cutting through the backyard so she could slip in the back door undetected, while I provided the distraction of being spanked in the front yard by Mama. All that because we had little food to eat and considered a spoonful of brown sugar a wonderful treat worth the risk of being spanked over. My little sister in elementary school had a speaking disability, so bad that other kids made fun of her trying to talk. She couldn't pronounce any words with an R in them, among others that she couldn't say. I remember she cried, and I cried for her. But she refused to accept it. She made up her mind that she wanted to talk like other kids talked, and she wouldn't rest until she did. She asked for help, and the school provided her a speech therapist for her special needs. For years, she worked hard just to be able to have a normal ability that you and I take for granted. Now, you'd never know that the incredibly articulate Miss B that you know, with perfect diction, could not hold a normal conversation when she was a kid. By the time she was in high school with me, she spoke with perfect diction and was a star leader of our city championship forensics team. She probably hadn't shared that she was the top graduate from the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, even with a double major. I was there when our family dined privately with the University of Tennessee president to honor her as being the #1 graduating senior in the entire University of Tennessee system. I was there to see her being the very first graduate to walk out and lead the entire graduating class of several hundred scholars. My sister was there for me and my 3 kids in tough times, involving us in her church, and I sang in her Grand Ole Gospel show at the world-famous Grand Ole Opry every Friday night. I was there, backstage at the Opry with country music stars all around, and they all knew her well, as I quickly learned by just observing her confidently directing our part of the show. She was talking to me backstage once when a guy munching a toothpick walked up and asked her, "What you got for me?" Well, she quickly wrote 4 numbers on an index card, and then another line of 4 numbers, and a third line of 4 numbers, handed him the index card, and he smiled, just walked away. Now, when we went on stage, I saw that guy. He was the leader of the band of the world-famous Grand Ole Opry, and she had written on an index card the Nashville chords code for our songs that we were singing. We sang, they played, both were perfect. That's the calm, confident professional I saw with my own eyes and marveled at her expertise in recruiting, training, and directing our nationally acclaimed choir for the Grand Ole Gospel Show. She helped start a private Christian school and began to teach there, as well as teach private piano lessons. She went shopping at the mall one day, and a young man called out to her from his temporary kiosk, asking her to come over and sign up for a drawing for a free set of Encyclopedia Britannicas. Now, free is her thing. He was tall, handsome, and as they talked, she found him highly intelligent as well. He asked her out, so she just told him up front what her values were, so they didn't waste any time for each other's time, and if he wanted to date her, he could come to her church. He showed up at her church, and my sister became Betty Burnsed, that you know as Miss B, by marrying Mr. B, David Burnsed, an incredible 30-year love story. She left Nashville, where she was loved by country music stars with countless options in that industry, to help her husband, David's Encyclopedia Britannica career in Dallas, Texas, and later in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, before settling in Georgia, where she would teach music and performing arts. Now, everything Miss B has done in her life was from a heart of love, in total pursuit of excellence, and a refusal to settle for anything less from herself or from students, regardless of age. She was just as good with us adults as she directed us, as she is with children. Miss B set the gold standard as an educator who has created the best practices in music teaching that continue on. Her desperate searching for better ways to teach students complemented her creative and fearless quest to erase the box entirely instead of just thinking outside the box. Like this idea to make a video of herself teaching that kids can watch while she observes each student to give them personal attention and instruction. She always sees the big picture in everything, like in educating, helping administrators with their duties, unrelated to her music classes. Also, students get the best possible education on her watch. My sister, Betty Johnston Burnsed, is absolutely the most impressive woman I have ever met or known, period. And that list is a long one. We've enjoyed an incredible life together as brother and sister that I cherish beyond words. Today, as we celebrate her retirement from classroom teaching and her many wonderful opportunities already offered to her that she can choose to do or not do, my prayer for the educators of today and tomorrow is that they would have the wisdom to follow the gold standard examples set before them by my sister Betty Johnston Burnsed. Well done, Miss B. Very well done. KYAL.